Okay, so we're about to do this first phase of the course. So this is the first video, which will deal with logging into the network and some introduction to Unix. Shouldn't take more than about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so the course overall is going to be structured like this. The first session this morning will focus on connecting to the network, intro to Unix, and pre-processing data in SPM. This afternoon we'll look at single subject modeling in fMRI to get estimates of individuals' responses to stimulus conditions. Tomorrow morning we'll look at group level analysis, where we take the output from single subject modeling and try and draw some population inference using one sample t-test, two sample t-tests, paired t-tests, that sort of thing. And finally, tomorrow afternoon we'll look at automation of SPM using scripting. That actually isn't going to be too intimidating. It's only about 5 or 6 commands in total. Okay, but first, before that, we need to get going with the actual get logging into the network. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is download this piece of software called Mobaxterm. And to do that, we need to just Google Mobaxterm and then follow the instructions. So let's do that now. Okay, so first of all, we Google Mobaxterm and we click on download. So go to the home free edition, click download now, and click the portable edition. Now I've already downloaded it, so I'll cancel. Cancel again. Okay, and this should copy to your downloads folder. So you should see something like this file here once it's completed. Mobaxterm portable version 10.2. Now this part's important. Don't double click on it. Right click, extract all. If you double click, Windows produces a partial uncompressing, which we don't want. If you click extract all, it fully extracts to give you this folder here. If you double click in here, you'll see this file, Mobaxterm_personal. It's an application. It should be about 17,000 kilobytes. And you can double click on that. Okay, so once you've done that, you'll actually, let me just close this, start again. So click run, and you should see something like this. And we click start local terminal, and you'll get a window like this. Okay, so at the moment, this is the command prompt where we're going to type in some instructions. Now, first thing we need to do is to check which server we want to log on to. So to do that, we can go to mri.iop.kcl.ac.uk. It's the college's MRI wiki. So if we go to Google, we just type in mri.iop.kcl.ac.uk. We'll end up on this window. And this wiki has lots of instruction pages and things like that. First thing we do is click on NAN status. This is the Neuroimaging Analysis Network status. It shows us all the servers and what status they're in. Now anything in blue or anything in red or yellow is a problem. So you can see these grid server engines are very, very busy. But the servers we're going to focus on are these ones here. So 2 to 8. 1 to 8. Okay. You could also, if you want to know what servers we have, if you click on NAN servers, you get the full path to them. So you can see nanlnx1, its actual full path is nanlx1.iop.kcl.ac.uk. Okay, so you can see all these are fine. These have 24 cores, these have 12 cores, and this is how much RAM they have and how much is currently free. Okay, so basically you generally want to try and go for something with a lot of cores and a good bit of RAM as well. That's free. Okay, so we're going to pick nanlnx2 to connect to. You see, this is just explaining the other red. So the command to connect to the network is SSH. These underscores here indicate a space, minus capital X, space, your username at the server name.iop.kcl.ac.uk. Note that X is a capital. When you're using Unix, it's case sensitive, so if capital X and small x are not the same thing as far as the computer is concerned. So in real life, my username is Sierra Papa as SPDPOOD. So if I want to connect to the server 4, the command for me is SSH space minus capital X space my username at the server name nanolex4.iop.kcl.ac.uk. It'll then ask me for the password. If successful, I should see something like this: my username at the server name, and the rest of the command prompt. So let's try this now with your username and server name. So SSH minus capital X space my username. Make sure you use your own username here at server name. So I'm going to do lnx, let's say 1.iop.kcl.ac.uk. It'll ask me for my password, which I type in. And again, this is the mirror image analysis password. It's not necessarily the same as your KCL password. They'll ask me, do you want to remember it? I'll say yes for now, that's fine. Okay, and you see now that I'm logged in as me on this server. Okay. So we're now going to just run through a little bit of introduction to Unix. So you're connected to the Unix network now. Particularly to the Unix box nanolex1 in my case. Okay, so the key thing is Unix is an operating system like Windows or Mac OS X, but it's primarily command line driven. When you log in, you arrive at this location. Your username, home, this is a folder inside this folder called home. So this is a home directory. It's referred to as the home directory. The key thing to think about with Unix is it's folders within folders within folders. So here I've got a folder called my username inside a folder called home. There is a shortcut that points to this, which is this little tilde symbol. Okay, and if you want a little info about Unix commands, you can see this link, but we're going to go through the main ones right now. So the commands we're going to go through are pwd for present working directory or print working directory, ls for list, mkdir for make directory, cd for change directory, cp for copy file or folder, and rm for remove or delete. We'll cover these now and just to demonstrate them, and then we'll move on to SPM. So the first thing to note about commands, such as the ones we've just listed, is they usually have options. So usually the syntax will be put the command in minus any options you want to apply. So for example, to list, if we put space minus capital R, it lists the contents of the folder we're in a reverse order. If we put minus L, we get it in long format where it gives us information about the size of the files, when they were created, who has permissions to use them. Also, you can combine them, so minus LR gives you the long information but sorted in reverse order. If you want to know more about what options are available for a command, you just type in man space and the command name. So for example, for ls, if you type in man space ls, you'll see what commands are what options are available for ls. So let's deal with that. So if we type in man ls, we'll see there's a whole lot of options here that we can use. Okay. Sorry, did I put man ls? Yeah, okay. So man ls has options minus a, minus capital A, minus d, minus c. So minus d will just list directories. Minus f, do not sort. So there's various options. We can press Q just to escape. Okay, so let's go back now to some commands. So the first command we're going to cover is present working directory or print working directory. It just basically shows where you are located at the moment. What folder are you sitting in? So when we first log in, we should be sitting inside our username, inside home. So if I do pwd, I'll see that I am indeed inside this folder called spdpod, which is inside a folder called home. And these forward slashes indicate what's inside what. Okay? So that's pretty straightforward. If you want to list the contents of a folder, as we said before, the command is ls. So let's do that. ls for list. And it just lists all the folders. If you do ls minus r, it lists them in reverse order. ls minus lr gives a long format where we now have this extra information, permissions, who owns it, size, date it was changed, that sort of stuff. Okay? Great. The next command we want to focus on is to make a directory. So I'm going to make a directory called test1. Now, this may already exist because I've created it from earlier on, but now you can see there is a folder. Actually, let me just get rid of that. So let me start again. So make directory test1. I have a confession. I've done this session once before, but I only recorded the audio. So I'm doing it again. So we make a directory called test1. If we now list the data, you'll see this folder here has been created. So mkdir creates a folder. Okay, and we can now list it, we see it. Okay, so that's fine. Just basically say mkdir and the name of the folder you want to create. The next thing we want to use is change directory, and this allows us to move in and out of folders. So if we want to move inside the folder test1, we do change directory test1. And now we find out where we are by typing print working directory, present working directory, pwd. And now we can see we're inside test1, inside spd.pod, inside home. That's fine. Just want to see. That's fine. So I'm just seeing if I can change the font of this to make it a little bit bigger. It's not really doing anything. Wait. Now it is. Okay, let me just quickly. Okay, so far we've done pwd, which shows us where we are. We've done ls, which lists the contents of a folder, ls minus tlr, for example. With lr, we'll list them in reverse order with extra information. This is who owns it, this is the group they belong to, this is the size of the files, when they were created or edited, the name of the file, and the permissions. We've done make directory, test1. So we've made that directory, and we were just moving into that directory using change directory, test1. Okay, and we did present working directory. You can see we're now inside test1, inside my username folder, inside the folder home. Okay, and let's say I make another directory called test2 inside here. cd test2. And we now see we're inside test2, inside test1, inside spd.pod, inside home. Now, if I want to move back to my home up one level, I can do cd ... That moves me up one level, so from test2 back to test1. Okay. Let's type in pwd. You can see I'm inside test1 now, not inside test2. I could equally go all the way back to my home account by using that. That'll move me all the way back. Or there's a shortcut, which is tilde, which also brings me straight back to pwd, my home directory. Okay. Importantly, from here I can't get to test2 because there's no folder called test2 inside spd.pod. I need to move inside test1, pwd. Ooh, it's a bit slow today. Test1 inside that. And if I ls, I now see test2, so I can cd inside it. Okay, so you need to be able to see the file if you want the folder you want to move into if you want to just give it its name. However, if I move back to my home directory, again I'm here, and I want to move all the way into test2, I can do test1 / test2. And now I'm inside. So here I said move in here and then again into here. So it's just a way to get it back. Okay, so hopefully that's clear enough. You can always run over the video again if it's not clear. Okay, so if we want to copy some files, there's different things we can do. We can copy a file to a new file in the same location, or we can copy a file to a new location. Copying will leave the original file in place, or we can copy the file to a new location with a new name. So you can see here, if you leave the / on, it moves it inside the folder. But if you add a new name without the / at the end, it renames it. Okay, so let's just demonstrate that. So where am I now? I'm in my home directory, so I'll ls. So I'm going to move this file text. So cp txt, oh, sorry, test, to new test. We list again, we list them in, oh sorry, and we get here, new test. Okay, so that's the file I've just created. So that copied text to the same folder, we're calling it new text. So let's say I want to copy new text, new test inside test1. So if I use cp test1 / now that will copy this file into there. Before we check, let's copy another file, same file again, sorry, into test1, and then again into test2 from there, and then we're going to call it newer file, newer test, txt. Now, let's change directly into test1. If we ls, we'll see new test that we copied here. So we copied this file into here. And now we're inside here, you can see, and we've ls, we can see the files there and test2. If we cd test2, and we ls, we can see newer test, which is what this command. So copy this file into here, then into test2, and then into this location. Call it this one. So you can rename the file while copying to a new location. Or you don't have to copy into a new name, you can just basically give it a new location. Okay. If you want to copy a directory, however, you need to use this prefix, this option -r. So it's the cp -r, the directory, and the location you want to copy it to. So let's move back to my home directory. I'm going to copy this folder logs here. So cp -r, if I don't do this, if I just leave cp, I'll get an error. Oh, sorry, cp minus logs, test1. So I'm going to try and copy logs inside test1, and I'll get a directory. I'm omitting directory logs because it's a directory and I've used the command cp. So I cp -r, which is the option, logs into test1. And now it's got it. So if we cd into test1, ls, there is logs. Okay, so we've copied in there. So when you're copying a directory, you have to use the -r command. Okay, and this is detailed in this instruction, so you can just pause the slide if you want. So the last command I want to cover is remove, rm. And just like copy, if you want to remove a directory, use -r as an option. So that's -tr. Oh, sorry. So we want to remove new text, new test.txt. Yeah, that's -tr. It's now gone. So, okay. If we go inside test1, oh, sorry, cd test1. Let's say we want to remove the folder. Let's remove the folder logs again. So we'll remove logs, and this should give us an error because logs is a folder. cannot remove logs, it is a directory. So we say -rm -r logs. And now it's worked. ls again. And it should get there in a second. There we go. Okay, and with that, we're basically done. So yep, that's it, we're going off. So before we move to SPM, one last thing to do. We want to move back, you need to move to, this is the command you need to type in, cd home spdpood /. I've just paused so you can actually pause the video if you wanted. Okay, then if I ls -tler, the folder you want to copy is this one here, cp, so copy -r because it's a directory, this folder to your home directory, which is that little tilde, or you can just do home username, whatever your username is. Remember, this is your username, not the word username, but it's easiest to use tilde. Okay, so that's a shortcut for, in my case, home spdpood, like that. So if you run that, that'll take a couple of minutes, that'll copy the data over to your account, and then we're ready to go. So that's basically everything we have to cover in this first video. Run back through it. I'll quickly run through the slides one more time slowly so you can pause anything you want to check again. Okay. We don't need to go that far back. So remember, to log in, it's SSH space -X your username. And you should see this prompt, your username at the server name. The necessary commands are pwd, so I'll just leave this here so you can pause it if you want to refresh. So they all have options, and you can use man_command to find them. Print working directory, ls for list, make directory, cd for change directory, change directories continued. This is where we're moving in and out of things, we're moving to our home directory. CP for copy, CP for copy. CD again, CD for copy. So it's copying files. This is for copying directories, CP -r. And then RM for removing directories. Okay, and with that, we're done.